Okay, so Nina, this is your monologue of Queen Elizabeth.
Hmm.
You've been working hard on it. Let's see where you've gotten it to whenever you're ready.
To begin with, you're not suffering. We're suffering having to put up with this. Let me make something clear. When people look at you and Diana, they see two privileged young people who, through good fortune, ended up with everything one could dream of in life. No one, not a single breathing, living soul anywhere sees cause for suffering. Now, are you going to say they would if they knew? Well, knew what? They know that you betray your wife and make no attempt to hide it. They know that thanks to you, she has psychological problems and eats or doesn't eat or whatever it is she does or does not do. They know you're spoiled. Immature man, endlessly complaining unnecessarily. Married to a spoiled, immature woman, endlessly complaining unnecessarily. And we are all heartily sick of it. All anyone wants is for the pair of you to pull yourselves together. Stop making spectacles of yourselves and make this marriage and your enormously privileged positions in life work. You will not separate or divorce or let the side down in any way. If one day you expect to be king, then might I suggest you start to behave like one.
Good timing on that beep at the end.
Right. Sorry, that was my email.
Perfect timing, though.
Right.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It felt, now I've been pushing you for pace, and
Right.
that's what you gave me. You gave me good pace here. But you can earn a pause or two.
Okay.
Okay, so like when you feel like you've really made a point, you can let the words hang there and resonate for him before going on to your next point. So
Okay.
choose maybe two spots where
Okay.
you can, and I mean, not a huge pause that we can drive a semi tractor trailer through, but the pause can emphasize the point, right?
Okay.
Um, and if you just slightly turn down the pace a little, because there is a couple. I mean, the pronunciation of the tough words like heartily and everything are bang on, but the rushing that you missed an and here or a the there, or, here and there was a little bit of mix up. So you, she's the maternal aspect of it was very nice. I felt like it was a mother talking to a stubborn child.
Mm-hmm.
We can dial that maternal stuff up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, at the end, when you lay down the law, you are not getting a divorce. That you can turn it up just a little bit more forceful.
Okay.
Uh, so start off caring, loving, a little bit frustrated with his, color it with all of that. Now that you've stripped it down, now we can go for some changes in levels, but
Okay.
just slightly. Don't take it too far up and over. Okay, take
Mm-hmm.
your time with the words. It's a beautifully written monologue, so enjoy the taste of these words in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
To begin with, you're not suffering. We're suffering having to put up with this. Let me make something clear. When people look at you and Diana, they see two privileged young people who, through good fortune, ended up with everything one could dream of in life. No one, not a single breathing, living soul anywhere sees cause for suffering. Now, are you going to say they would if they knew? Well, knew what? They know that you betray your wife and make no attempt to hide it. They know that thanks to you, she has psychological problems and eats or doesn't eat or whatever it is she does or does not do. They know you're spoiled, immature man, endlessly complaining unnecessarily. Married to a spoiled, immature woman, endlessly complaining unnecessarily.
Nice.
And we are all heartily sick of it. All anyone wants is for the pair of you to pull yourselves together. Stop making spectacles of yourselves and make this marriage and your enormously privileged positions in life work. You will not separate or divorce or let the side down in any way. And if one day you expect to be king, then might I suggest you start to behave like one.
Okay, very nice. Lot, exactly what I was asking for there. The line about betray, when you, they know that you betray your wife. That section.
Yeah.
I imagine that Charles is in denial about the fact that everybody knows this. He probably thinks it's a very well kept secret.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's you're bringing him up to speed with the fact, right? So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to expose
right
his secret, right?
Mm.
So there, I think it has to have a bit of a flavor of, I'm going to tell you that what you think is not what the truth is here. Okay?
Right.
So before you launch into that section, you know, that I think that's a good time. You muster up the breath to tell him the truth, that his little secret is not a secret. Okay. The section, the change when you went all anyone wants was beautiful. That was, I put a big check mark beside that. That was very nice.
Thank you.
And going for the command, the royal decree that you will not get a divorce, that's going in the right direction. I felt like a woman of power laying down the law. I think we can turn that little section up a bit as well.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your first section is motherly, very nice. Okay. But then in the betrayal part, you're exposing his secret. So you earn the pause going into that one.
Okay.
And then beautiful transition into all anyone wants. There was a lot of love there.
Okay.
Okay. And then the command. So you have 4 sections there. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to take it away. Go work on it a bit. And I'll take a look at Kaeden's if he's around. You around, Kaeden? Yep, there he is. Okay, good stuff, Nina.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Okay, let's have your first run through of Philip, please.
Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense.
Okay, hang on a second now.
Yes.
This occurs to me. Maybe you're setting them up with the first line. I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah. You're setting them up like you're going to give them some good news. And so the dichotomy, the juxtaposition of the next line.
Okay.
I really like the way you're making eye contact with the group.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're going for. So, yeah, I like that. So that was good.
Okay.
Give them the first line is that you almost like you're going to give them some hope that you're going to coddle them and tell them it's all right, stuff like that, right? And then you drop the bomb on.
I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That's why you're all so lost. I believe there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark. Action is what defines us. Action, not suffering. All this sitting around thinking and talking. Let me ask you this. Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Of course not. They're too busy achieving something spectacular. And as a result, they are at one with themselves, at one with the world, and happy. That's my advice. Model yourselves on men of action, like Armstrong, Aldrin, Collins. I mean, these men score a triple plus. They've got the answers. Not a bunch of navel-gazing underachievers infecting one another with gaseous doom. If you do opt for action, you can start by cleaning this bloody floor.
Perfect. Good ending. Good ending. Okay. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. You're not reading, are you? You're completely off book.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to take your glasses off if that's possible.
Oh, yeah, usually I do. Okay.
Lost.
Lost.
No,
Lost.
I'm not correcting your accent.
Oh, okay.
Lost.
Yeah.
I wrote down the note accusatory.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You can be a little bit more accusatory towards them. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and likewise, when you start in about the astronauts,
Yeah.
this is a life-changing moment for Philip. He has heroes now. Okay.
Yeah.
What these astronauts are doing, like for us in this modern day and age, it doesn't seem like such a great feat, right? For somebody of your age to, these guys strap themselves to this rocket in a little tin can.
Yeah.
Less computing power than your phone
Yeah.
has.
Well, and it hadn't been done.
Yeah. And it was, I was alive then, and they stopped school and they rolled TV into the classrooms, and everybody remembers it. It's one of my earliest true memories, right? It's fine. So I was 8 years old. I mean, I think 67 is as far back as I can remember clearly.
God,
memories, so.
Have they stopped school for a good reason since then? Like for good news.
We did it again in 72.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
For the
Canada, you already did
Canada,
it.
we stopped school for it. So.
Yeah, but like for me, it's 9/11 stopped school. That's my memory from being 8, 9, 10 years old. So it's quite.
Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's the same memory, but just the total opposite.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had already been to Taiwan and had returned to Canada when that happened.
Wow. Okay.
So, I'm just so much older than you. So these the hero worshiping.
Yeah.
He is at the lowest. When this, prior to this show, the exposition of this episode,
Yeah.
and even in earlier seasons, we see him as a helpless. He's helpless. He has no strength. He's arm candy. That's all he is. He has no power, no job, no purpose in life. And the beginning of this show drives that home. He's standing in the pouring rain doing speeches for the opening of a new canning factory or something like that, right?
But he was military, right?
He was, yeah, he definitely was.
Cool.
And he comes from a family of I think they were Prussians. They were apparently on the wrong side of World War II.
Awkward. Okay. Yeah.
You know, there's a good speech that Queen Mary talks to Queen Elizabeth, and she talks about Philip. Let me just bring this up, actually.
So he grows up in Eastern Europe,
Yeah.
and then comes to England to be like arm candy and powerless and not much.
Yeah. I want to read you something that Queen Mary talking about him. Here it is. Okay, Queen Mary talking about Philip says, yes, but he represents a royal family of carpetbaggers and parvenus that goes back, what, 90 years? What would he know of Alfred the Great, the rod of equity and mercy, Edward the Confessor, William the Conqueror, or Henry VIII? It's the Church of England, dear, not the Church of Denmark or Greece.
Yeah.
Okay, so carpetbagger, parvenu, they're pretenders, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you research that family, they sided with the Nazis. Maybe not Philip personally, but his family. That's something. If you talk to a Brit, and they will tell you for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do your own research about it. Is Prince Philip a Nazi? Google
Yeah.
that, you know. So let me bring that up. He's a proud man. The military side definitely plays into this. He's a proud man. He led men.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So he was like a general.
Yeah. Well, let's just
Or
say
whatever.
For the sake of building
Yeah.
his character, right?
Yeah.
And he feels feckless, and has so for years and years. He drinks a lot. They sleep in separate bedrooms. He's just a figurehead, and he wants so much more. So
Yeah.
when the Apollo mission to the moon, the 13 or 11 or whatever it was, is happening, he is transfixed by this.
Yeah.
He brings his sons down and forces them to watch it and listen and pay attention. And the scenes of them all sitting around the television watching this. And the kids are young and they want to play. They're playing with their little rockets in their space. And he's like, watch this. And he's totally gripped by what's happening. And so that whole section, when you started naming their names.
Yeah.
Right? Aldrin and Collins and Armstrong. I could feel the respect.
Yeah.
Starting to grow. I think we need to grow that respect earlier and then take it even higher.
Cool.
In the monologue. There's a definite point, right? So by the time you get to the A triple plus, you're gushing.
Yeah.
But but you are still, very royal. I mean, gushing as much as a royal would gush. So it's still tampered in some way. But and so we want to get some undulation in the scene, right? When the accusatory, the harshness, how you detest religion and you detest these men and their navel gazing, as I think you say navel gazing, right?
I do.
Yeah. So and then build that hero stuff. Start off at a big point. This is what's exciting. If you want to know what makes me hard, you know.
Yeah, probably does.
This is the kind of director I am. I don't mince words.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, you get that image. You know, emotionally rock, right? So yeah,
It's like my heart is getting hard.
I'm not talking about your hard heart.
No, that's a quote from a TV show. He's talking about love, and he says, "It's this weird feeling. It's like my heart is getting hard."
But he's referring to a hard on. Yeah.
He's referring to love.
Yes, but hard
But
as in
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a boner, but in my heart.
Yeah, the metaphor of a hard heart can be cold rock, be like a stone.
Oh yeah. That's different. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You have to play that one. So yeah, the happiness and the respect and the joy and the, you know, just the awe, the sheer awe of what these three men are doing. Okay, let's try and ratchet that up a bit. Yeah, that's all I got. I love the looking around. The you can do now that we've taken your glasses off as well, right?
Yeah.
We can see you can look around with. Let's try and see some of that disgust in the way you look around. Don't manifest it too much, you know, but just slightly in the eyes, just slightly in the eyes. I want to see how these men have been talking and rambling on about all this bullshit. Let's see that, and then change into the. I'll tell you what I think. Right? Oh, wait, there's some hope, and no, dash their hopes on the rocks, and then we can climb back up with the hero worship of the astronauts. And then the way you deliver the last line about if you want to be men of action, start by cleaning up this room was beautiful.
I assume like I'm out of here. I'm getting up and leaving now.
Well, you actually
dropping the mic.
Gotten up and moved towards the door, and you see the boots all strewn.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Okay. Good. That's how I'm playing it. Okay.
And so it's almost like you false exit.
Yeah.
Right. You're exiting stage right, and then you come back and deliver this last line. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's dripping with sarcasm and
got it. Yeah.
Humor and what have you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take another run at it.
Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That is why you're all so lost. I believe there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark. Action is what defines us. Action, not suffering, all this sitting around, thinking and talking. Let me ask you this. Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Of course not. They're too busy achieving something spectacular. And as a result, they are at one with the world, at one with their gods, and happy. That's my advice. Model yourselves on men of action, like Aldrin, Armstrong, Collins. I mean, these men score a triple plus. They've got the answers. Not a bunch of navel-gazing underachievers infecting one another with gaseous doom. If you do opt for action, you can start by cleaning this bloody floor.
A lot more nuance there. Beautiful. Good stuff.
Yeah, I felt a different energy once I started with the accusatory in that line.
Yeah.
It kind of carried out throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Read me the lines about the imperative of men.
I believe that within a man, all men, I believe there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark.
That section there. Who's he talking to?
Yeah, I mean them. Like, I see it. I've been playing it as like right before he says it, he has that moment inside, like, okay, what do I actually think? But yeah, maybe he's talking to himself. Maybe he's trying to convince himself.
Yeah, I think it's the first time I'm seeing it now. You brought me to the point where I'm seeing it. That section there is, he's absolutely convinced. He's having an epiphany at that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's telling himself that he has to be a man of action, because he's not been a man of action. He's no longer talking to them.
And so, did you say you saw it that last run, or you would like to see it?
Yeah, I just picked up on it this time.
Yeah.
You gave me enough that I was able to see, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Talking to the priests at this point, he's having an epiphany about what, you know, maybe he's known it all along, but been in denial, never given it voice, and he's having, so it's very courageous of him to say this to himself for the first time, to have this self-evidence.
So what's the motive there, though? Like, he's kind of like accused them and been like, you're shit, and then I do kind of get the, like, he's like, oh, all right, let me teach these boys, like, let me tell them how it is. But it seems like he's showing a little bit of vulnerability for some reason.
He's teaching himself something. He's convincing himself. He's picking himself up by his bootstraps. He's not going to allow himself to be this feckless arm candy of the queen anymore. He's convincing himself that he's got to be a man of purpose now.
Yeah, but why now? Why in front of these people, which he maybe doesn't respect?
Because they represent him. They're navel gazing, they're gaseous doom. That's him. That's what he's been.
Yeah. Okay.
Denial about it because he has all the accoutrement of royalty. You know all the.
Yeah. Okay.
All the finery and stuff like that. And so he's even think now he's actually talking to himself throughout this whole thing, through the whole thing, possibly, right? He doesn't. He really does not care about these men at all. He doesn't want to teach them anything. He's teaching himself.
Yeah.
Right. This is more of a soliloquy, really. Don't you think?
My terminology is not up to snuff to really say yes or no.
Well, soliloquy is different.
It's an aside, right?
Well, it's thought given voice.
Is that it? Okay, yeah.
Thought given voice, right? So to be or not to be is a soliloquy, right? An aside is breaking.
Don't you think? Yeah.
Well, like, so you have Richard III. Now is the winter of our discontent, talking directly to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. That's not a soliloquy. That's a speech. That's a monologue
to the audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barone talking to his three buddies about love. How about you then, affections, men at arms? Consider what you first did swear unto, too fast to study and to see no woman. Well, it's a monologue. It's a speech. A soliloquy could be done in voiceover.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's thought, right?
Yeah.
So now this is a monologue. There's no two ways about it, but we can also think of it like, oh, does it have an aspect of soliloquy here? Is
for sure.
Having these thoughts, convincing himself that he needs to be a man of action. These boots that he tells them to pick up are his boots.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and then technically,
Okay.
when there's a couple of times when you'll break the gaze from them and you'll look down. I don't know if you're trying to find your line or you're trying to act. I'm coming up with I'm thinking about what my next thought is. I don't know what's going on there, but I lose the power. If you break eye contact with them, you diminish your power. Your status comes down when you break eye contact.
Okay.
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 So I know you don't have 8 actors there to stare at. It's difficult. But in an audition, if you're using this in an audition, if you maintain that stillness, you're looking at this guy, then you're looking at this guy, and then you're looking at this guy. You look down, you lose, your status goes down with your head. Okay.
Okay.
And likewise, the movement. In the past few times you've done this, you've shown me a stillness. But here you physically bounced in your chair at the end. Was that supposed to represent you getting up and leaving and moving to the door? Or, you're fidgeting. There's no fidgeting with this guy. I think he raises his hand one time, the actor Tobias Menzies. At one point, he's sitting there with his legs crossed. At one point, he raises his hand. I don't think that's the conservation of movement is what your key is here.
Okay, I'll try that. Yeah.
No bouncing around, stillness.
Yeah.
Those men up there, I think if you want to raise your hand for that, that's the only movement I'm going to allow you. I want you straight jacketed.
Okay, sounds good. I'll try.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That is why you're all so lost. I believe there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark. Action is what defines us. Action, not suffering. All this sitting around, thinking and talking. Let me ask you this. Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Of course not. They're too busy achieving something spectacular. And as a result, they are at one with the world, at one with their gods, and happy. That's my advice. Model yourselves on men of action, like Armstrong, Aldrin, Collins. I mean, these men score A++. They've got the answers. Not a bunch of navel-gazing underachievers infecting one another with gaseous doom. If you do opt for action, you can start by cleaning this bloody floor.
Yeah. The stillness was amazing there, bud.
Oh, yeah, that's so harsh.
And so you directed a lot of that toward yourself there,
right? Not intentionally.
No, but I mean, when we spent most of that note session talking about how this is soliloquy and convincing himself to be a man of action.
Yeah, I certainly had that in the back of my head for sure.
Yeah, no, and it played out too.
Yeah.
Well, now the only note I have there is go back. Like I'm saying it now, so I want you when you watch this again and you hear me say this, go back and watch how you say the men's names.
This last time.
Yeah, this last time.
Yeah.
I want you to right now go back and rewind it. And
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, say the man's name. There's it's just a strange expression on your face. It does.
I was acting. I'm like, I have to say these names the right way. Like I was really overthinking it.
I want to see the awe for
Yeah.
them, the hero
Okay.
worshiping for them.
Yeah.
And it might be there in your voice and everything, but your face kind of screws up and you know. So go look at your expression as you start to say their names in this last take.
Okay.
And see, maybe you can see the awe in what you're doing. I just found it a little confusing. To scrunch.
I was really like out of it, you know.
I looked for an open face.
Okay.
A scrunchy face. I think.
Okay. Open it up. Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah. It's in. I think we're getting somewhere now. We're really starting to find the peaks and valleys of it and the internal monologue and the depth to the monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these silences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the stillness was there. There was no unnecessary movements in this last one. I think when you watch it back, you'll see, okay, yeah. You'll be very proud of the stillness. Now, that stillness in body for the stage, fantastic. But this is the camera. So I want you to watch all the movement happening in your face and find your stillness in your face. Seriously, the camera picks up everything, man. A raised eyebrow has to be raised for a reason.
It's one of the reasons I did this class specifically, because it's the absolute opposite of what I do on stage. Like our stage productions were we were like kids theater for kids. My director was like bigger. Your whole like yeah.
Theater for kids,
So every part of me is fighting it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Okay. Do you have time, Nina? You around?
I have some, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Nina.
Hi.
You watching that?
Halfway rehearsing my monologue.
Do you have any thoughts?
On Kaeden's performance?
Yeah. Anything you noticed that you'd like to add?
I think the last one was good, better. I wasn't paying so much attention. Sorry.
Okay. So, I mean, you guys have a choice now. Let's say 20 more minutes before Kaeden. He said he wanted to go by 10:30. He's going to give us a little more time. So, but I don't want to.
Yeah, 10:45 is easy.
Okay. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to do Charles Diana? Do you want to do Margaret Dazzle? What are your preferences?
I have no preferences. Whatever it is, Kaeden desires, we can do.
Oh, I don't like making choices.
Okay,
I'll say
I want to do Margaret and Dazzle.
Great.
I was gonna say Margaret Dazzle's the only one I haven't looked at this week.
Oh, okay. Well,
there you go.
What did you look at this week?
The other two.
The two Charles Diana ones?
I did Charles Diana the most, which is like not a lot, but I did a little bit of that. Yeah.
Let's do the second one.
Okay.
Not the one in the car, the second one. So just to remind you, Diana, you are in control of this scene.
Okay, I'm doing nothing. Remember.
Yeah, you are. You have one brief moment where you can let your pain show, but you're a trap. You're a Black Widow spider luring him in. The more angry he gets, the more you win.
Why would you say that?
Okay, so you want to.
Why would you say that?
You want to enrage him through your stillness, through your calm. Your calm will enrage him. He's trying to enrage you, and your refusal to get enraged enrages him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kaeden, he's vicious in this. He's coming at her guns drawn, right? The things he says to her, you
Yeah.
wouldn't say to your worst enemy, never mind the mother of your children, right?
Yeah.
It's just disgusting and abhorrent what he's saying. So be that greasy motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna put you guys in a different view here. I'm gonna put you in gallery view. I'm gonna hide myself. Okay, the big battle scene between Charles and Diana.
Okay.
It's kind of you to come.
Why would you say that?
I think even my sternest critics would concede that my first solo trip has not been a disaster, that I didn't fall totally flat on my face. So I can only imagine, hope, that you've come here to apologize, to eat your words and congratulate me.
Your capacity for self-delusion never ceases to amaze me. We're all glad you're back where you belong, without too much damage done. You have 2 sons that need you.
Our sons have easily survived me being away 4 days.
I'm not sure one can say the same for the rest of us. The exquisite selfishness of your motives and the calculated vulgarity of the antics, knowing full well the headlines they would get.
Antics.
Grandstanding like that. You think we couldn't do that too? Theatrically hug the wretched and the dispossessed and cover ourselves in glory on the front pages?
I doubt it. You barely find it in yourselves to hug your own.
I hug who I want to. I hug who I love, particularly when they are affected by the selfishness of others and need cheering up.
Who are you referring to?
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her. Morning, noon, and night, I care about her, and you hurt her. And when you hurt her, you hurt me. Camilla is who I want. That is where my loyalties lie. That is who my priority is.
Not the mother of your children.
Don't bring the boys into this.
All right. Not the woman you married.
I refuse to be blamed any longer for this grotesque misalliance. I wash my hands of it. If you have a complaint about not being loved or appreciated in this marriage, I suggest you take it up with the people who arranged it.
Woo! That was awesome. Hang on. Oh, I come back.
We can see you.
I know, but I can't see me. Kaeden, 0 notes, man. 0 notes. That was
Thank you.
the pace, the venom. You know, it was transfixing.
Oh,
Thanks. Nina, yes, playing the spider. Now, what I said you could show your disappointment, your true feelings one time. When did you choose to do that? Because I saw it twice. So.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I did it to Camilla and I did it to the kids too.
Yeah. Why would I care about her?
Yeah.
And not the mother of your children? Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine if you throw the line away, why would I care about her?
Ooh, that would make me so angry.
Yeah, that's the line where the less you do with that line,
yeah,
ridiculous sod. Why would I care about her? I don't want to give you a line reading.
Right.
But yeah, that line is actually the twisting of the knife. You can
Okay.
use that. You put the knife in nice and deep. Now you're gonna twist it with that.
Mhm.
The less why because look at what the words are saying. The
Yeah.
actual words are saying, why would I care about her? So why would you, as an actor, care, right?
Mm.
So that could be the ultimate
Okay.
fuck you line.
Right.
The less you show, okay?
Okay.
Not the mother of your children. I'm still thinking again the same kind of thing. It's still sticking the knife in. The less emotion you show, you are in total control of this.
Mm.
Okay. So I mean, you like watch it back. I'm watching really microscopically as to what you're doing here because it's my job as your director to do that.
Yeah.
It's a fine performance. It's really good. We can make it better.
Yeah.
We can make it really more of a battle here. And another way to do that is to clip your words. Like antics, you draw it out, right?
All right. Right. Yeah.
I don't know. There's kind of I want to say a sensuality to it that I think is misplaced.
Okay.
The way you talk, it's very sensual, like like this. I think like match his pace. Look how fast he's talking.
Right. Yeah.
He's doing it from anger, and you do it from apathy. Remember,
Right.
the opposite of love is not hate.
Yeah.
The opposite of love is apathy.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you do hate him, because you do love him.
Right.
Right. So you don't have true apathy.
Right.
But you have hate. You have deep hatred. But you're a smart woman, and you're going to. He hurt you badly in the car. Now you're going to get him back with this nonchalance, this
Right.
picking at him, this like a vulture picking at the bones of a carcass.
Right.
I don't know where that image came from, but
Wow.
pace. Yeah,
That was in my lesson today.
Yeah.
That
We're
We
eating at
taught
the
about vultures eating carcasses in English today. It's a weird coincidence.
I know.
Unagi.
So like pick up the pace. Let's not draw out the words and play the towel. This is not the time for the sensuality of it all, right? Bang, 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 bang. Okay. Calm. Like the first section there, you're here to congratulate me, to eat your words, all that. Faster.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. One more go of it. Oh, we might have time for 2 more goes. Let me just get rid of myself here. Okay.
It's kind of you to come.
Why would you say that?
I think that even my sternest critics would concede that my first solo trip has not been a disaster, that I didn't totally fall flat on my face. So I can only imagine, hope, that you've come here to apologize, to eat your words and congratulate me.
Your capacity for self-delusion never ceases to amaze me. We're all glad you're back where you belong, without too much damage done. You have 2 sons that need you.
Our sons has easily survived me being away 4 days.
I'm not sure one can say the same for the rest of us. The exquisite selfishness of your motives and the calculated vulgarity of your antics, knowing full well the headlines they would get.
Antics.
Grandstanding like that. You think we couldn't do that too? Theatrically hug the wretched and dispossessed and cover ourselves in glory on the front pages?
I doubt it. You barely find it in yourself to hug your own.
I hug who I want to. I hug who I love, particularly when they are affected by the selfishness of others and need cheering up.
Who are you referring to?
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her. Morning, noon, and night, I care about her. You hurt her. And if you hurt her, you hurt me. Camilla is who I want. That is where my loyalties lie. That is who my priority is.
Not the mother of your children.
Don't bring the boys into this.
All right. Not the woman you're married.
I refuse to be blamed any longer for this grotesque misalliance. I wash my hands of it. If you have any complaints about not being loved or appreciated in this marriage, then I suggest you take them up with the people who arranged it.
Nina, yeah. How'd that feel?
Better.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's you're in the fight now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Felt
in the
like
fight
I
now.
was.
You're in the fight now. Yeah. Now you can go even further with that. Okay.
Mm.
Your line about who are you referring to?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not know? Is that
No,
a legitimate question?
of course I
Of
know.
course, So, like,
So like.
you're daring him to say her name out loud.
Mm.
Daring him to say her name out loud, right?
Yeah.
Likewise, Kaeden, when she throws the gauntlet down, do you want to pick it up right away? That's a moment where you could just stare at each other once she throws that gauntlet down, right? Because
why would I care about her?
No, Camilla.
She says, who are you referring to?
Oh.
You say
Yeah.
Camilla, right? Let it hang there. Who are you referring to? Let it just hang there. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Fine, all right. Because you both know it's a total rhetorical question if there ever was a rhetorical question.
Camilla.
Right.
It's that question, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a point where you might even see that you're losing the battle. And if you say her name, you've lost. But then damn the torpedoes. You have to make that decision. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see the thought process go on. All right. Read that section again to me, please. After with Camilla, can you just when you start with Camilla? There's another note I have, but I need you to hear it again.
Camilla.
Why would I care about her?
Because I care about her. Morning, noon, and night, I care about her. And you hurt her. And if you hurt her, you hurt me. Camilla is who I want. That is where my loyalties lie. That is who my priority is.
Not the mother of your children?
Don't bring the boys into this.
All right. Not the woman you married.
I refuse to be blamed any longer for the grotesque misalliance. I wash my hands of it. If you have a complaint about not being loved or appreciated in this marriage, then I suggest you take it up with the people who arranged it.
Yeah, I think that's basically what I was talking about then. Is when she sticks the knife in, are you going to fight back? You know that you've lost now. She's beaten you.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And then build and build and build and build. Okay? You're I hate to use it as a metaphor, but look at how Donald Trump is acting right now. Right? This petulant.
I don't know. He doesn't have Twitter. I have no idea.
But but how he's acted for the last month is just going further and further into this maelstrom of childish and pettiness and right and this is you could walk away,
or I could try to make her cry.
You could concede, but you're not even trying to make her cry. You're just spewing everything out there. Fine. You know, I've lost. Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
lose big then. I'm going to storm the
Yeah.
Capitol.
Well, oh God.
Yeah.
So terrible.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it wasn't for us living in Taiwan, I'd be totally fine with America getting its comeuppance, but we kind of need America in Taiwan here, so we don't need a
Yeah.
weak America. All right,
Yeah.
that's fantastic, guys. Your monologues are in really good shape. Kaeden, well, you know what? Let's work on the monologue a bit more. I think there's both of you can go deeper with your monologues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this scene for next week, we'll stick to this. This is some good work being done, and we can go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Yeah. Okay.
We might have time for Fallon's scene. I did quite enjoy Fallon's scene and would like to see it again.
Oh, Fagin.
Next week.
Fagin
scene. Yeah.
Completely forgot about that one. I'm like, what other scenes did we do? Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, let's do that next week as well. Hopefully you have more time and we can work till a little later next week. You want to do a run through?
Yeah, for sure.
No? You don't have to.
Next week.
Let's start off with Fagin next week. We'll start off with Fagin. Then we'll do this scene, Charles and Diana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, time permitting, we'll delve back into the monologue.
Okay. I next Friday I'm up at 7, and I won't dip out at this early, but I might dip out like at 11 or something like that. I don't want to stay too late.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Next Thursday I have 7 a.m.
Oh, it's next Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the zoo.
Up here.
Have fun.
Up at Taipei Zoo, I think.
Yeah,
school trip. I don't know. Hsinchu Zoo, maybe.
Dress warm. It's freaking cold up here.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh God, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I got my heater.
That's nothing for us.
In the bedroom at night.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, fantastic.
Okay.
For some reason it's taken more than 24 hours for YouTube to upload this video.
Mm-hmm.
I started uploading it right after the class last week, and then before bed it was still at 1%. I woke up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
They're not that big.
Yeah, I know. Like I haven't had this problem.
That's interesting.
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning it was at 17%, and I left my laptop open, and it was only at 17%. Then when I woke up in the morning, it was still at 17%. So I shut it down. I went about my day, and I came back, and it took about 24 hours for it to upload. So.
Right.
Yeah. But,
and it's like, is it uploading or processing? Like I think it's 2 steps for YouTube.
Processing.
Yeah. I'm not sure your laptop needs to be on for that, but I don't really know.
Anyway, it'll be up when it's up. But boy, oh boy, some really good work from both of you. Strong stuff.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to deep dive this stuff with you guys. So I really enjoy it.
Bukachi.
Menkeki.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop.
Nichishi.
Yongking.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, I also